Hi everybody, this is my first real video on this channel. I've mostly made AI, news updates and stuff like that, but I came across this article and hadn't seen a whole lot of reporting on it, so I kind of wanted to put it out there. It has to do with the massive invasion that Springfield, Ohio is now dealing with of migrants, Haitian migrants in particular, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in the article here. Springfield residents claim that Haitian migrants are decapitating and eating ducks in the park as Ohio town rages over explosion of migrants. A Springfield, Ohio resident has claimed that Haitian migrants have been decapitating ducks in the public park and eating them. The aggrieved man made the claim during a city commission meeting last month to address the influx of legal Haitian immigrants. And that sentence right there gets me because I don't understand how they are legal at this point, but I'll talk a little bit more about it in the article. Which has revitalized the local economy, but also sparked controversy among locals. I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something, he told the meeting. These Haitians are running into trash cans, running into buildings, they're flipping cars in the middle of the streets. The man added, they're in the park, grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their heads off and walking off with them. They're eating them. Reports of migrants eating animals like ducks remained unconfirmed. See, they call them migrants here, but they're legal immigrants up above, so I don't really know what's going on here. I don't know if the Daily Mail, yeah, I guess it's the Daily Mail UK, which is, everything in the UK is pretty left-leaning or politically correct, so I highly doubt what they said earlier in the article is true, that they're legal immigrants. I have more of a feeling that they're migrants, which makes the rest of this even a little bit more suspicious to me. You'll see as we go along here. In response to recent rumors alleging criminal activity by the immigrant population in our city, we wish to clarify that there have been no credible reports or specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community, the city of Springfield told the Daily Mail in a statement on Monday. But yet you have people going to city council meetings and plain as day telling you that they see people in the migrants in the parks decapitating ducks and eating them, but hey, they're not eating the pets, so that's, I guess that's a step up. Springfield, Ohio has become a flashpoint in the debate over immigration after droves of Haitian immigrants arrived in the city in 2020 to fill job vacancies, which also makes me very suspicious. Or not suspicious, but I guess suspicious, yeah, would be a good word for it. Willing to do the blue-collar jobs, locals were unenthusiastic about the Haitians who are already in the country legally moved to the town. Within a few years, 20,000 immigrants arrived, swelling Springfield's population, which was only 58,000 in 2020. So now 20,000 Haitian migrants have arrived in a town of 60,000 people. And how exactly did they get these jobs is kind of what I'm wondering. It does say they have social security numbers, job permits, they paid taxes and lived in houses that were empty and boarded up as the town shrank. But if they've only been in the country since 2020, how do they already have social security numbers, work permits, and are allegedly paying taxes? That is very suspicious to me. So I don't know what the process of getting those things are, but I don't think it's that quick of a process, knowing that it's like a 7-year process and you have to do all kinds of civics tests and learn English and all kinds of stuff just to get, I know that's for citizenship, so I guess I should look into the process of getting just a social security number and a work permit, but the whole thing seems a little bit suspicious to me. However, their arrival put a strain on medical services and the education system. Yeah, I can imagine. I think it's sad that some people are using this as an opportunity to spread hate and spread fear, Deputy Director of Public Safety and Operations Jason Villa told NPR. I mean, these left-leaning people, they're just nuts, man. I don't quite understand. They just want our country to be wide open so anybody can come in. Doesn't matter if you speak English, if you agree with our culture, if you have good intentions, just come on in. We get these reports the Haitians are killing ducks in a lot of our parks, or the Haitians are eating vegetables right out of the aisle of the grocery store. And that's actually pretty civil behavior compared to what I've heard out of like the UK and New York, where they're just defecating in the parks and beating people up and throwing trash all over the place and peeing everywhere and in cups and setting it on people's doorsteps, and I've heard all kinds of terrible things. We haven't really seen any of that. It's really frustrating. As a community, it's not helpful as we try to move forward. Well, it's interesting because it doesn't seem like your entire community is trying to move forward with all of these people there. Having filled empty homes, later arrivals also contributed to a housing crisis egged on by landlords prioritizing immigrants who would pay more instead of low-income locals on government subsidies. And I kind of wonder who's actually on the government subsidies, because how are these immigrants affording to move around the country with impunity, stay in our country as long as they have? I mean, they're getting put up in hotels, given thousands of dollars of prepaid cards, given 3 meals a day. So, I mean, I figured this was going to start happening where landlords and companies start to prioritize these immigrants because they have more money and they're like god-tier citizens in this country, and they'll work for less pay than the average American, which I think this is really all about. They won't pay Americans a living wage, so they're going to import people or let people in who will work for nothing, basically. I mean, I know plenty of Americans that will work blue-collar jobs as long as they're getting paid a livable wage for it. Bubbling tensions overflowed after a school bus crash caused by Haitian immigrants veering into the wrong lane killed Aiden Clark 11 on August 27th last year. During the meeting with commissioners, a local woman pleaded with local officials to make some changes after revealing that she'd been driven out of her home of 45 years because of migrant activity, and I believe this is her right here. "I'm done with what I'm seeing," the woman said in a voice trembling with emotion. "It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore." The residents who gripped the sides of the lectern as she spoke continued, "I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them," that's insane that she would even have to do that in America in 2024. She said that she tried to help these individuals so that they would not try to squat on her property. "It is so unsafe," she lamented. "I have men that cannot speak English, yet they have social security numbers and work identification cards in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses, throwing trash in my front yard. Look at me," the unhappy resident said, gesturing towards herself. "I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to." Because of her fears, the woman revealed that her elderly husband had decided that they would leave their home of 45 years. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And this is what the Biden administration and these NGOs and multinational corporations want. They want these cheap workers coming into our country so that they'll work for basically nothing, and Americans are really going to have a lot of jobs taken away from them. I know Tyson, the chicken meat processing company, is already committed to like 50,000 jobs for migrants, and they had to lay off, a few thousand Americans to make that happen. Well, if you can commit to 50,000 jobs by laying off a few thousand Americans, think of what that equates to wage-wise. And I think that's really what this whole thing is all about, is they want cheap workers. They want people who don't expect, a livable country. They want to basically have people that will vote for them because they let them into our country. And I think that's pretty much what we're looking at here. And it's too bad. I mean, I've left the U.S. by now, and this is one of the reasons why I am never coming back. But I guess let me know what you think down in the comments, and maybe like and subscribe. This is a new channel, so like I said, I live abroad and looking for ways to bring in some money, so I'm trying to make this YouTube channel a thing. Have a good one, everybody.